I feel closer to you now. I feel like we have a connection, and you're talking directly to me. Like for instance, I would have never known that you cut your hair if I weren't following you on Twitter. I thank you, Justin Bieber, for allowing me to follow you. Now I can truly say that me, Justin, and 10 million others are just cool like that. We live in a different time when we can go in the minds of other people 140 characters at a time. Yeah, it's just a few lines, but those few words hold 1,000,000 pounds of connection. If written right, can give 1,000 years of direction. Folks are changing their days, months, and years based on a tweet that Lady Gaga wrote. Who knew? Who knew that she was so philosophical? Today, we can find out what they were thinking when they thought of that. And if we stalk closely, if we follow closely, we might actually catch something truly deep and profound. Words lying between the political and the correct. Wisdom hiding between superstardom and regular folk. Wow, that's deep. I can't believe Katy Perry said that. But most of the time, it's more fluff than stuff. We waste more hours, including me, reading things that will not benefit us at all. That's why I got to thinking. What if we move Twitter back in time? Before mass promotions and publicity, when people really kept things a little more real, and if they were going to say something, it wasn't a gimmick to sell records, clothes, or technology, or it wasn't for them to make themselves appear smarter, wittier, or complex. It was because their mind was heavy, and they needed to speak on something other than sex. It was what they were thinking at the time, sort of like an old school real Twitter. Can you imagine following Marvin Gaye? Yeah, probably not. A lot of y'all don't know who he is. In the Twitter generation, we've forgotten. But if we did, we could find out what's really going on. Hearing him say how his relationship with his daddy was panning out. Maybe one last tweet before that gun was pulled out. Maybe I could have replied with something that could have changed that. How many followers would Tupac have? I heard his hologram has 2 million followers today, but how many would the real Pac have? I feel like he was tweeting his inner thoughts on vinyl anyway. How many other dreams did Martin have? And what would have been Biggie's last tweet? Reading Jimi Hendrix's lines through his purple haze and John Lennon's Twitter all the way up to his last days seemed to me would have been more interesting than any Twitter stars today. I really don't have any desire to hear what Kim Kardashian has to say. And on that same token, 140 characters wouldn't be enough to hear Michelangelo, Michael Jackson, or Whitney Houston. I would have to paint more words to dance on my computer screen. Only 140 characters? Wait a minute. What do you mean? I don't need a tweet. I need something with a little more meat. Wouldn't you like to hear what Harriet Tubman was thinking? Hold on, runaways. Let me send out this tweet. We are ducking and dodging through the Underground Railroad. Freedom for our family is worth more than the pain we are enduring. Not to mention we are hungry. I can't even imagine that showing up on my timeline, or the truth coming from Sojourner, or what's shaking with Shakespeare before he wrote Othello or Romeo and Juliet. Seriously, what was his mindset? How about Moses? Before he went up to the mountain, I'm about to go up to this mountain and meet God. Come back down with 10 commandments for us to abide by. Twitter has so much power, but so many tweets are hollow. Come on, Moses. Tell me you wouldn't want to follow. Can we use our words wisely? Don't waste the 140. Do you think Gandhi would be tweeting about meta world peace? Or would he just be tweeting about peace? I hate that I waste my time checking out my timeline, but I do. Since I can't help it, can you do me a favor? On your next tweet, make it something worthwhile. Tweet something to make me think. And let's not go crazy, but I want to ask, can you tweet something that would change my life?